Okay, let's jump right into a really fascinating idea, one that might totally change how you think about your emotions. What if I told you that you could, without even knowing it, be addicted to being unhappy? I know, it sounds wild, but the science behind it is pretty compelling, and believe it or not, the fix is surprisingly simple. Just let that sink in for a minute. This quote basically suggests that our unhappiness isn't always coming from our circumstances, the bad boss or the fight we had. Instead, it might be an internal biological craving. It completely flips the script on how we usually look at our feelings. So, first, let's talk about something I think a lot of us can relate to. Let's call it the unhappiness trap. You know that feeling, right? Where you wake up with this vague sense of dread, or you find yourself getting annoyed by the exact same little things every single day. It's this exhausting cycle. But what if that loop isn't just bad luck? What if there's something biological going on? And that brings us to the core theory here. What if feeling stuck isn't some kind of personal failure, but it's actually something much closer to a chemical addiction? So here's the big idea, coming from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Every single emotion we feel releases a unique little cocktail of chemicals in our body. And if your body is just constantly swimming in the chemicals from, say, stress or frustration, your cells literally adapt. They start to expect and even crave that chemical state, just to feel what they now consider normal. Okay, so if it's a craving, how does your body get its fix? Let's break down the mechanics behind this whole cycle. The key thing to understand is that your body loves predictability. It's all about conserving energy. So if its emotional autopilot is set to anxious, your body will subconsciously do things to keep that state going. Not because anxiety is good for you, obviously, but because it's become the familiar, predictable baseline. This is the perfect example. Let's say you always get stressed out during your morning commute. Every day, your body gets used to that jolt of cortisol, the stress hormone. Then one morning, the traffic is amazing, it's a clear shot, but instead of feeling relieved, your subconscious mind starts scrambling, looking for another trigger. Maybe it's an annoying email you remember, or a thought about a coworker, anything to produce that familiar chemical state it now expects at 8 a.m. So that's the problem. But honestly, the most exciting part of this whole idea isn't the diagnosis, it's the prescription. Let's get into the solution, the actionable part, the 7-day challenge to break this cycle for good. And here it is, the million-dollar question. If your body is basically running an automatic program that's making you miserable, how in the world do you take back the controls? Well, the answer is way simpler than you might think. 7. That's it. According to this theory, it only takes 7 days of conscious, focused effort to interrupt the cycle and break that chemical dependency. Just 1 week to reset your body's emotional baseline. Here's the 3-step fix. It's so straightforward. Step 1, you gotta catch it. Just become aware of that old familiar feeling of anxiety or irritation bubbling up. Step 2, you stop it. This is the most crucial part. You consciously decide, nope, not doing that today. You don't engage with a thought, you don't react in the usual way. And step 3, repeat. You do this every single time you catch that feeling for 7 days straight. You're literally rewiring your brain and your body. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As you go about the rest of your day, just start to pay attention. What is that one familiar, negative feeling that keeps popping up for you? Is it frustration, maybe guilt or resentment? Just think, what if you decided that today is day 1 of taking back control? The first step really is just to notice, and that's where everything begins.